What is up, Sandbox? This is Dave, otherwise known as Split89 from The Split, here to talk to you about a little company that created some of your favorite series, such as Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect. I'm, of course, talking about BioWare. Let's jump right in. Did you know BioWare was actually founded in 1995 by doctors? It's true. Ray Muzica and Greg Zeschuk had familiarity with programming and had made a medical simulation for school. They and a couple friends liked playing video games, so they figured, why not develop one? $100,000, a mech warrior-like game in shattered steel, and a publishing deal later, they had their first game on the market. But see, the guys at BioWare loved pen and paper style RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons. What if they made something like that? The answer? A beloved franchise some may not know BioWare actually made in the Baldur's Gate series. Baldur's Gate was a huge success, selling over 2 million copies after release, and little did the team know they were poised for even greater success. After releasing a sequel to MDK and Baldur's Gate and dealing with some publisher fallout, BioWare developed a cult classic in the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic series. Star Wars has always been a big name, but not in gaming, and BioWare created something special that deserves canon status. Within only a few years, the game sold more than 3 million copies. BioWare also released a game called Jade Empire, and while it was great, it's no KOTOR. BioWare followed it up with a sequel, and both have made it to Xbox One backwards compatibility due just to how popular they are. There's even a pretty awesome PC MMO that followed called The Old Republic. But BioWare wasn't done yet. In 2007, an action RPG that changed interactive storytelling was released that you might know about, called Mass Effect. Mass Effect was the first BioWare game that I ever played, and I fell in love with the series. The Star Trek-esque RPG was incredible, and the fact that over the next 2 games, decisions you made would affect your story, that made it more than just a playthrough. It was like a career. EA acquired BioWare shortly after and made one of my favorite games of all time, Mass Effect 2. Also, quick fact, BioWare made an amazing DS Sonic RPG in 2008 named Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood. Just so you know. Moving on, BioWare's jump into the sci-fi genre was great, but they wanted to get back to their D&D roots and created Dragon Age. Another cult classic, the original combined elements of Mass Effect with the combat style of Knights of the Old Republic. These were met with critical acclaim, and the original even won several Game of the Year awards. It's been years since the last Dragon Age, but BioWare isn't done with the series as Dragon Age 4 has been announced, although it's a ways off. So we're on to next gen now, and we only have 2 titles left to talk about, Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem. Mass Effect Andromeda was a turning point for the series, and unfortunately it wasn't in a good way. I wish BioWare had taken more time with it, as bugs and glitches got in the way of what should have been a triumph. At the moment, nothing new is planned for the franchise, but I hope director Casey Hudson's return to BioWare reignites a future for Mass Effect. All is not lost yet, BioWare fans, because BioWare is taking us to new worlds in the next month. Anthem, a game revealed at E3 2017, looks incredible. Borrowing from the crisp combat of Mass Effect Andromeda and jumping into the faux MMO waters of Destiny, BioWare looks to restart and re-establish their dominance in the video game community. I don't know about you, but I'm excited and I'm hoping for great things on February 22nd. Do you love BioWare's games? Are you a Mass Effect or a Dragon Age fan? Maybe you just can't wait for Anthem. If any of this applies to you, or even if it doesn't, drop us a comment and tell us about it today. Thank you all for listening to this rundown of the history of BioWare, and have a great day, Sandbox. Dave, otherwise known as Split89 from The Split, signing out.